Hello everyone and welcome to Kdh Art Class. Alright, so we have been working on the color wheel and now we're going to start studying how artists use the color wheel. Today we're going to cut our color wheel in half. Half of the color wheel is the red, orange, yellow. These are your fire colors. The other half of your color wheel has the purple, blues, and greens. And these are the cool colors. They are analogous, which means they are next to each other. These cool colors create a calm, kind of distant, almost a soothing, chilly effect on your paper, where these colors create different types of emotions. It's more energetic, happy, kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling inside, very bright look to it. So they look great together. You know, I always tell my students, if you're not really good at picking colors to go well together, or everything you do is rainbow, 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 you might want to consider doing one thing with the fire colors and the background being the cool colors, or something being the cool colors and your background being the fire colors, and you cannot go wrong. They look great together. Alright, so we're going to do just this fun little project. You're going to need something to draw with. Piece of paper. I'm going to use a circle to be my stencil and something to color with, whether it's crayons, markers, colored pencils, watercolor paints, tempera paints. That is entirely up to you. It's whatever you happen to have around the house. Okay, let's get started. And of course, a piece of paper. I am considering this more advanced for my students, 3 through 5th grade, but that just depends on the child. Okay, so I have my circle stencil. Of course, I'm going to use markers so that you can see it really well on the camera, and I am going to go ahead and trace around my circle stencil with my marker that seems to be running out of ink. Poor thing, it's been doing all kinds of projects for me. Alright, luckily I keep extras. Alright, so that poor marker is on its last leg, and I have created my circle. Here's the thing, I'm going to do a sun and moon combination. So I have the circle for my sun. My moon is going to kind of be halfway and come around. Be nice if I had a larger circle, but I don't. So I am just going to kind of eyeball it and bring it around and try and just stick with about half of the page. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like it a little bit bigger on the bottom here. Alright, so the picture that I was inspired by had kind of the moon. Some will even give it a little nightcap, like a little stocking hat, like you get from some of the stories of the old days. I'm going to go ahead and give my moon a little bit of a nose. Okay. And then the mouth, go ahead and give it a little bit of the lips sticking out. I'm going to have to use my line since I am not using something erasable like a pencil. Instead, I'm going full on with the marker, and I'm stuck with whatever I create here. Okay. From here, the eye, oh, let's see. You can do kind of the closed little eye there. I'm just going to make it a little bit thicker. and kind of fill it in. Okay, so it's nice and dark. And now I can focus a little bit on my sun. Forgive me, I need to do the diagonal. I'm just weird that way. I'm going to go ahead and start with tiny, tiny little circles. Those are the white highlights in my sun's eye. Then I'm going to do kind of a U shape. Goes around. Well, I'll tell you what, let me zoom in. Since I'm working a little bit more detail on my sun. Okay, so I did teeny tiny little circles, and I did some bigger circles around it. And I'm just going to go ahead and darken in those bigger circles to be like the pupil. You go with the little white highlight. From there, I'm going to go ahead and curve it. And I think I'll do this as close as I can to the same on the other side. Giving it little curves. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect the bottom. And in the front little corner, I can get a little bit more creative. Let it stick out a little bit. Looks a little weird because I have not given it the iris, which is the illusion of the circle, but it's really just two curved lines on either side of my pupil. All right. I like going and giving it some nice eyelashes. It's up to you if you want to do anything like that. Can't help it, guys. I'm a girl. I like doing stuff like that. I even like it on the bottom, but a little bit shorter. And then my eyebrows, I'm going to kind of curve them. I like an S shape in a way. Again, you're going to make your face any way that you want to. I like to thicken it up so I actually have something to color. Okay, if you just leave the line, you really don't have much to color. There's no spot for it to color. I'll go ahead and create the nose and the mouth any way you want to create the mouth. A little bit more of a curve. And there you go. So I have the basics. Now the challenge, according to my little example over here, and this was all done with marker. So you are more than welcome to do marker. I say marker, but marker, highlighters, and I have bags and bags of Sharpie markers, permanent markers. It's not just Sharpie, there's all kinds of brands in there. All of them work great. I'm not that particular. I'm more about the color, not the brand. Alright, from there, we need to divide our paper in half and find a fancy way of doing it. So I just took from the edge of my moon, gave it kind of a curvy line down, and the edge of my moon up here, give it a curvy line up. And now all the fun stuff. Okay, so you're going to be creating, this is where my poor marker died out on me. Around. You're going to be creating your fanciful sun and moon. Okay. if you ever look up at the moon shines bright, similar to the sun. We demonstrate that bright shining with rays coming from it. So I did the same thing. I added some shooting stars as well. I like to break it up so it's not one color. But as I keep telling you, you are free to do it any way you want. This is your artwork. I'm doing my artwork, but you're doing your artwork. So to kind of change it up a little bit, I do kind of these curvy lines. I go up and up and up. And then, like I said, I like my rays coming out. And someone came home. We're so excited. There they go to greet them. Those that have been following my YouTube channel, you know I have 3 lovely dogs. Spoiled rotten. But I wouldn't have them any other way. And you're going to hear them over and over again. They just don't seem to understand, you know, quiet or filming time. So in any case, you'll hear them in the background on occasion. That they've come back to tell me it was just Daddy coming home. So like I said, you're just filling in the background. I'm just having fun doodling. And creating just something, whatever. Whatever kind of comes to my mind. I can tell I'm getting more sleepy. There we go, something like that. Alright, I'm going to double up this line because, once again, I don't like it to be one line. I like to have 2 lines so I can color in between on just about everything that I do. Alright. And then you can just get more and more fancy. Like I said, I started to add in some stars. And you could do something like that because it's nighttime. I like my stars just to be a little wonky. Not perfect. Because nobody's perfect. And it's okay to be a little different. Alright, and then think of something creative to do for your sunny side of the paper. So here, this is where I like bringing in my little swirls. And then I follow them back to the sun. Kind of the same way that I do my octopus legs. Yep. And might do some shorter ones, longer ones, thicker ones, thinner ones. Just anything that's going to kind of fill in the artwork, make it extra interesting. Let's see. really having to concentrate here. So it got so quiet. Oh, it does kind of have that octopus look about it today. Good. And might add a few more. You can never have enough. And when they crisscross each other, it just makes it so fascinating to look at. And more fun to color. A few short ones here and there. But again, I could just keep going and going and going. Alright, so now that I have created some sort of design, then it's up to me to make it colorful. And the best way to do the color is any way you want. So needless to say, warm and cool colors. Again, that's our theory here. The sunny side of your paper is going to be all the fire colors. So your fire colors are your oranges, your reds, and your yellows. Just like on our paper. And we cut it in half, so we added all of these fiery colors. And what's neat is when you add white or black to a color, it stays either a fire color or a cool color. So since red is a fire color, if I add white to it, I get pink. So it's still a fire color. If I take the orange and add white to it, it's still a fire color, but I have peach. So you can expand on your fire colors and your cool colors by thinking about which ones are mixed with whites, blacks, even browns and grays. But you get the idea. You are my more advanced students, so you've had a little more exposure to this. So from here, you just get to have fun and color. If you want to divide it with a nice neutral, a neutral color is either brown, white, gray, or black. Those are your neutrals. They're neither fire color nor cool color. They're not a primary, they're not a secondary. Brown is where you mix complementary colors together. White, in the terms of science, is light, which light reflects all colors, so it's all colors. Black is when you turn out all the lights and you can't see any color at all, so it's the absence of color. Okay. And gray is, of course, a mixture of the black and the white, which is a little, you know, in between, subtleness, nice for shading. So you pick whichever one you want, if you want to use a neutral at all, and you can use that as your dividing line. And color in nicely. Or if you don't want to have the dividing line, you do not need to have the dividing line. I did do a dividing line, but I picked a red-violet. Red-violet is both the violet for the cool color and red for the fire color, so it actually works with both sides of the paper. In this case, I can just do the black. It's a nice neutral. Give it a good shadow. And now I know everything on this side is going to be fire color, everything on that side is going to be cool color. Well, you are free to color and decorate your sun and moon artwork. Again, markers, crayons, paints, whatever you have, colored pencils will do great. Oh, I forgot to say the cool colors. Oh, shame on me. So here's all my fire colors. Take that neutral out. And then, of course, the cool colors are your purples and blues and greens on the opposite side of the color wheel. So again, we divided our color wheel in half. We have the fire colors, and we have all of the cool colors. And your picture should reflect both those warm and cool colors, or the fire and the cool colors. All right, everybody, have a great time decorating, and don't forget to send pictures to your teachers, and they are going to greatly appreciate it. Have fun creating. Bye.